Hi guys, my name's Alyssa and I'm here. Oops. Hi guys, my name is Alyssa and I am back. We're gonna see how much we can get accomplished today on this video while my child is sleeping. I really like to do these videos in the order that I feel passionate about and if I'm thinking about them, because I don't want to give you like stuff I don't care about. It'd be like listening to Christian music. That makes sense in my head. So right now I really care about the Cancer, MC, and Capricorn IC. There are a few people I know with this placement. One of my favorite people in the entire world is Britney Spears, and she's a Sagittarius, and she has a Cancer MC. This is not your sun sign. As I said, I'm going to be talking about Britney Spears. She's obviously a Sagittarius. I think the entire world knows when her birthday is because she's so cool. This is your midheaven. This is the axis in the middle of your chart that goes north to south. The MC is at the top and the IC is at the bottom, and I'm going to be explaining in your chart what this means. If you don't know what a chart is or what your MC-IC is, I have some links below that should be able to help you out. If you're still lost, ask people, but seriously, if you really care, do your own research. It's not that hard to figure it out. Just do a Google search. We're always asking people just to tell them. But that's why I'm here. That's why I'm making this video, so I can tell you what this means instead of having to do your own research on it. We're going to start with the Capricorn IC. Now, as I said before in my last video, the IC is basically like the way your family life was. And it doesn't necessarily mean that everybody in your family is going to have a Capricorn IC. 3 of my siblings, me and 2 of my other siblings, have a Gemini IC. I have another sister with a Sagittarius IC. Basically, it can be different, and it really does depend on how you were raised individually in your family and the way that you reacted and the way that things just were and what you knew. I didn't get to talk about this as much in the last video because I was feeling very optimistic, and I think there's a lot when you're dealing with Saturn you need to talk about. And so if I'm going to be talking about Capricorn, I'm going to focus in on this a little bit more, maybe more than you want me to. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. That means that there's tests and there's lessons. Saturn is also a very restrictive planet. Saturn can mean a lot of different things. And when I see something with Saturn, either if I see Saturn in the 4th house just hanging out there, or if I see Capricorn in the 4th house, which is where the IC is, I see restricted childhood. A lot of stage parents give their kids Capricorn IC because they decide what you're supposed to do. And you're supposed to work, and they give you the work that you're supposed to work at. This would entail that you're really good at a lot of things, and you might want to go off and do a bunch of things, but you had a parent, and normally it's just one parent, because normally with the Capricorn IC, one of your parents is also not present. So you have one parent taking care of you, one parent working really hard, maybe there's a divorce, maybe they don't care about you, something. Another parent is expecting you to work and do the things that they want you to do. It's basically putting a lot of pressure on you to perform for that one parent. So when I see the Capricorn IC, I get a little bit sad because I don't think that that's fair. I don't think that a child should be forced to do things, though when you do have a Capricorn IC, the last thing you want me to do is feel bad for you. You work really hard, and you always have. And if that meant you had to work really hard to please a parent who wanted you to do things, you were going to do it. You knew what you had to do. You didn't receive the kind of love and emotion from your parents that every child should get. It was different. And sometimes it can be because that one parent that was absent didn't love you. It could be because that one parent that was absent loved you, but the parent that controlled you didn't want you to see that other parent because you do have one controlling parent. Sometimes this can be different, but normally that's kind of the way that it is. Because of this is how your IC is then, and how you are kind of a workhorse and you always were, and you always worked very hard, and maybe there were threats. Maybe if you didn't work hard or you failed school, they were going to put you on meds, or maybe you didn't work hard and you just felt like that love and support from your parents kind of dwindled because you didn't perform to their expectations and you wanted to please them. You kind of then treat the whole world as your family. And that's why Cancer is a very family-oriented sign, and it's not the opposite. And that's your MC. That's your public persona. This is the way that you see yourself in the middle of the world, because you have a slightly warped idea of family. Because your family was cold. The world is cold, so the world is family. You then love people, and you really want to engage people in your life, and you want to be close to people, and in a way you want to find that warmth from people, the world. And as I said before, it's your ego conscious. I said this in my last video, but around 6 years old is when you develop, you're like, now where do I belong in the world? How do people treat me? How am I going to treat the world? Who am I in this world? And you are a Cancer. You are loving and giving and nurturing, and you love to nurture and mother and be there for people, because in a way no one was there for you, and you had to learn how to be strong, and you've always been strong. And Capricorn is a very strong sign, so you were born on this basis of being strong. So when the MC goes on, you are this loving, intuitive person. You want to be there. You want to anticipate other people's needs. Because Cancer is very perceptive, and actually the Cancer MC or Cancer IC, either one, the most psychic placements for the MC IC. Most true psychics have this placement, and it's because of the strong ability and the very intuitive ability, opposition each other in these very important places. You are very capable of moving up ladders because you know how to work hard. It's in you. It's innately in you. You were sadly forced into it, but now it is a part of you. So you are a workhorse. You know how to take on work. And intuitively, when you're out there, you kind of are just like, oh, I like stuff. I like everybody. This is nice. I know what's going to happen next. I'm going to use this intuitive nature, and I'm going to get what I want. You're very sparkling personality. You love pleasing people. You want the world to be your family. And if the world is your family, you want to be supported and loved. And so in a way, all the world is a stage. You want them to love you. And that if you are trying to say, go into that direction, and you're like, I have this feeling I'm supposed to be something so big, you need to be careful. And what happens with Cancer MCs is that their public persona is in water. It's wobbly. Yes, it's psychic. Yes, it's loving. Yes, it's nurturing. But people will take advantage of you. And you might let them, and you might fall. And the higher you are, the more people are going to notice, because MC is also your internet persona. I've noticed that on the internet, like on Facebook and stuff, people with Cancer MCs hardly post. And this is a subconscious thing. I can't ask these people to be like, why don't you post on the Facebook? Because then they'll say, I just don't care. It's not necessarily that you don't care. Subconsciously, Cancer is there in your MC when you're posting online, and it's saying to you, don't post anything weird that somebody can hurt you, because Cancer is fragile and can be very hurt. And so don't post a lot. Now, if you're younger and you are posting a lot on the internet, you might very regularly get bullied online, and it might hurt. And see, being bullied online, it hurts everybody. Some people don't care. Some people brush it off. Some people just ignore it. It's very hard for someone with a water MC, especially Cancer, which is the most emotional, and Cancer is a collector of things, so it will collect the pain and hold on to it. And so it hurts worse. And so you do have to be very careful. because you have to protect yourself. And so I want to say that if you feel that there's a strive to get out there into the world and to like let the world love on you, be careful. Protect yourself. There's a Bible verse. It's made for Cancer MCs. It says, guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life. And you're going to be like, well, I can handle it. I have this Capricorn IC. You are strong. You're strong because people weren't good and didn't let you be a child. And so now you want to be a child. And you want to be loved. And people are mean. Britney Spears really did have a huge public explosion. And it's the difference between, say, what everyone's like, oh, Miley Cyrus is going to go through what Britney Spears did. Not really. Miley Cyrus, and her MC keeps changing. It was either Aquarius or Virgo. Either way, both those don't necessarily have that public downfall the way that Cancer does. People see Cancer as an easy target. You can make a million comebacks. You can be strong. Like, Britney Spears, to me, is like so strong. Like, I see it. Like, she survived so much shit. She is so strong. But she had to go through so much crap on a regular basis. And not to mention, her entire childhood was taken away from her because she was working so hard. I was watching Work Bitch because it's an awesome song by Britney Spears because she fucking had to work, bitch. There's comments on it that are like, oh, Britney Spears never had to work a day in her life. That shit's bullshit. And anyone with a Capricorn IC knows that shit is bullshit. Now, there's like other celebrities, and you'll have seen in the beginning of this video, that don't have the issues that Britney Spears did. Leonardo Dicaprio, for one. Though, people actually really like to make fun of Leonardo DiCaprio. A lot. And if you read gossip shit like I do, he's an easy target. And it's weird because he's so awesome. Two people that have Cancer MCs that I feel like get into a lot of trouble or people really give too much shits about is Jennifer Aniston and John Mayer. Now, it makes sense. Like, John Mayer's career is based on this emotional singing songs and heartfelt, and like I connect to them, and he's like a Libra, the Cancer MC. He just gives me all this emotions, and I just love everything that he does, and I want to marry John Mayer. And he also says really stupid things in interviews and gets a lot of flack for him. He just kind of runs his mouth sometimes because he's imagining he's in an interview. This is your MC here, your interview style, and he's like, "You're my family. I'll tell you this. I'll tell you that Jessica Simpson is sexual napalm, even though that might upset her, because you're like my brother in arms, man." And then you have Jennifer Aniston, who's like, poor Jennifer Aniston, all she wanted was a family, and here Brad Pitt took that away from her. Jennifer Aniston is an Aquarius, guys. I don't know if all she wants is a family. She has a Cancer midheaven. It seriously appears that all that Jennifer Aniston wants is with a family and a baby. Let's put a baby on her. Let's just give Jennifer Aniston a baby. Because her Cancer midheaven needs one. Because Cancer needs babies. She may never have a baby. Maybe she's pregnant now. I don't know. Because she's always pregnant. She's always covering up a baby bump. And somehow she never has a baby. And you know what? She's like almost 45 years old. So if she's going to have a baby, she's going to have it soon. Because it's hard for women to have babies in their 50s. Just saying, throwing that out there. Because, what was that? Something John Mayer said about her is that she lived in the 90s when she was still Rachel from Friends because that was the prime of her life. I think she loved being a friend because she was adored. Truly adored by America. And she could love on them and they would love on her. And it felt wonderful. Having Brad Pitt leave her, whatever their issues in their relationship were, they're definitely not what we saw. But everyone felt very bad for Jennifer Aniston. And I don't think that that's what she wanted. Because I don't believe that a Cancer MC wants people to feel bad for them. Because they work so hard. They want people to love what they've put out. Something that's great though, like having a Cancer MC, is your ability to emote, to really have the public very much like feel for you. So in a job, people will feel for you. In life, people are just gonna feel for you. They're gonna really accept you, or maybe be the life of the workplace and be like, let's all come over to my house after work people, let's all hang out. And everyone's like, why does he want to hang out with people from work all the time? Because he's got a Cancer MC.